So you've probably finished Gotham Knights and you got to max level 30 in the first just playing through the main story, beating the game. And then you'll notice that you have a new button on your main screen that says New Game Plus. Now this is where you're going to go into basically New Game Plus, playing the game from the start. A few things are going to change, some things are going to stay the same. The max level will now be 40, and also legendary items only tend to drop really at level 30 when you're in the base game, or level 40 when you're in New Game Plus. So legendary items, try grab them when you're at 30, and then when you go into New Game Plus, then you can try grab them again at max level 40, where they're most likely to drop more commonly. Now, in terms of the things that you have to redo, like the story, the side quests, you'll have to collect all the fast travel points again. Generally, all these missions and objectives have to be completed and repeated again in New Game Plus. But things like your ability points, your level, for example, all stay the same. So you keep all the abilities you had previously. You get more abilities because you're leveling from 30 to 40, so you get 10 extra ability points. Your collectibles that you collected in both either New Game Plus or the base game are still the same. So if you had like 12 landmarks collected in the base game, when you get to New Game Plus, you still have 12 landmarks collected, or batarangs, or the street arts, or those Historia pages that you can find throughout the world. Both of which, or all of which, I've actually made videos on. You can check the description to check all of those, to collect all of those, if you are trying to get all the ability points to unlock all your abilities for your Gotham Knight. I, as you can see, have every single ability unlocked, and this is because I'm max level 40, so I've got all the ability points from the levels, as well as the additional ability points you get from collecting the collectibles, all of them. So you can go ahead and do that to max out your character's abilities and get every single one. I will say it does seem like the time trials and those like bike races, they're generally the same races, but it seems like they're unlocking new colors. I don't know if it's just my perception of it, but it does feel like I'm unlocking new colors for it in the New Game Plus compared to what the colors I unlocked in the original, like, you know, the first version of the game. So I'm not 100% sure on that, so don't quote me on it, but it does feel like it's that way. I don't know. It's like the game's kind of odd with like what's new, what's old, not new. I'm also not very good at tracking how many bike colors I'm unlocked and which ones I had previously. I'm sure you guys probably have the same issue. And like we spoke about, for legendary items, your legendary items will mainly drop, especially the blueprints, towards the end game. You also have to unlock the watch and get all those contacts and complete their little objectives until they start giving you the Gotham's Most Wanted list, so that you can get nth material, that, like, you know, nth metal that you use to craft these legendary items, which you, again, will mainly be doing at like the max level of 40, which you should receive really early on in New Game Plus, because the leveling is super fast in New Game Plus compared to what it is in the base game. I'm level 40 and I have barely completed half of the main story, and I haven't touched the side objectives in New Game Plus yet. So yeah, I leveled up to 40 quite quickly just by, I guess, you know, playing the game. At which point, once you've done this, once you've like finished the story again and you've gotten to level 40, it's gonna kind of feel like all you really have to do is collect legendary items, play with the other knights, and, like, you know, like unlock their knighthood if you haven't played them at all, and kind of just gear them up as well in legendary stuff and the farming for nth material, nth metal, which is very frustrating to get a lot of because items can be expensive, and the most wanted heroes or enemies are very rare and few and far between. Ultimately, I feel like what we're waiting for endgame is what multiplayer says. Like when you go to the multiplayer screen and it says like heroic kind of like session or something, which is currently locked. So it seems like one day in the future, there's going to be like some multiplayer thing where you can queue up with friends or random people and take on like tougher challenges designed for endgame. I don't know. But right now, when you get to endgame, all you can really do is gear up in legendary gear. And that's kind of it. There's not much else to do beyond that. So yeah, let me know, how did you guys enjoy the game? Are you playing New Game Plus? And thank you so much for watching this video.